you're all here. Oh, man. All right, we got the balcony, too. Oh, man. Whew. Well, I feel honored that you're all here. This is just really amazing. So as a lot of you probably know from the invite and from the back of the program, this is the completion of my Berklee degree after 24 years. And so we're doing a timeline of music today, and we're going all the way back to Gregorian chant and working our way forward. So as you see, I've got 4 guitars here, and it'll be quite a range, a little something for everybody. And I'm just so glad that you're here, and it's great to see all of you. I can give you all a big hug from my very socially distanced spot up here. All right, so the first one is called Adoro, devote, and it's attributed to Thomas Aquinas, who is a Dominican friar and theologian and philosopher. And this is a beautiful little piece. It fits wonderfully on the guitar. So I'll do that one first and then follow it up by Alma, Redemptoris, which was written for the season of Advent. So appropriate for December, which we are fully in right now. So, hope you enjoy these. Kind of feels like we're at church, huh? right, so we're moving swiftly out of the Dark Ages and into the Renaissance now. This next piece is called Fantasia X, and it's by Alonso Mudara, and it was written for the vihuela, which is a guitar-like instrument. It has 5 strings, different kind of tuning. If you think of like mariachi bands with the big bold back guitar, it was written for that instrument. But the directions for this particular piece was to sound more like a harp. So you hear some lines that sound a bit like a harp as well. This is Fantasia X. And what I'll do is I'll swing right out of this into the Baroque era with a piece I think you may recognize. Piece by Bach, and now we're square in the Baroque era, which is kind of synonymous with Bach. So that piece had 2 lines happening at the same time, and that's hard to do, at least for my brain. This next piece is quite different. It's probably Bach's most famous piece. I'm sure you've heard this or seen this on movies and television shows. It's the prelude to his first cello suite. So I have to retune for this one. Make the guitar sound more like a cello, or as much as I can. So this was written in the key of G major. It'll be tuned to D major, which I think is the happiest of all keys. If D minor is the saddest of all keys, I think D major must be the happiest, right? Thank you very much. So we got tuned back now. So we're coming out of the Baroque era into the classical era. This is one of my famous composers, guitar players. His name is Fernando Sor. And Fernando, he did everything different than what modern classical players typically do. For one, he didn't play with nails, he played just with the flesh of his fingertips. He seldom used his ring finger, so kind of like a three-finger style. So there's a few banjo players out in the audience, so you'll appreciate the three-finger finger-picking style. He would play with his guitar propped up on a table. So I don't know if he had snacks on there or anything. Really interesting figure. And, he really wanted to write for opera. And he wrote 121 pieces for guitar, and I think over 100 pieces for others, 300 pieces for other instruments. But this piece is fun. It's called Opus 6, number 6, and it's kind of like a little mini opera on the guitar. So hope you enjoy it. swiftly past the classical era. Now we're in the Romantic era. So this was written by Francisco Tárrega, and so he wrote just beautiful music for the guitar, and this piece right here is probably one of his most famous ones. It's called Lágrima, which is Spanish for teardrop, and it was believed that he wrote this while he was far away from his home, traveling abroad, and hope you like this one, Lágrima. Thank you very much. So this next one is also by Tárrega. This is called Capricho Árabe. So this one has kind of a sort of an Arabian vibe to it. Like you imagine you're in a desert and there's just these camels walking by. It's a long one. It's 5 minutes, so strap in. I need to read to you in a moment here. Thank you so much. So this last piece right here will close out the first half of the recital. This is a really cheery little piece called Sons de Carrilhões, which was written by João Pernambuco, who's a Brazilian guitarist composer. Really fun little piece. It needs the sounds of bells. So I'll play this piece for you, and then we'll take a short little 5-minute break while I switch over to all these guys over here. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, it got real quiet, so we must all be back. All right, welcome to the second set. So now we're in the 1920s, so the roaring 20s of jazz, and this piece was written by Eddie Lang, who is a great flat pick guitar, or artist of the plectrum guitar. And this is called April Kisses. It's a really fun little piece. It makes me think of Looney Tunes. I always think of like Bugs Bunny when I play this one. And actually, Warner Brothers came out with Looney Tunes about 3 years later in April of 2030. So it's kind of neat. So I hope you like this one, April Kisses. So this next one's one of my favorite guitarists. His name is Django Reinhardt. He's a gypsy jazz guitarist. So what that means is has a very kind of like European minor kind of sound infused to the jazz. And this is going to be sort of a French impressionistic version of this, because he played in a group called the Hot Club de France. So he had Stéphane Grappelli on violin, and he had another guitarist and a bass player along with him. So this will be a solo guitar arrangement, so of minor swing, if you like it. So this next one's a little medley by famous Chet Atkins. So from Europe, we're going to come back to America. This is a very Americana kind of sound. The first piece in the medley was written by Maybelle Carter, who's kind of like the godmother of country music. And she devised a neat little style of playing the guitar that she called the Carter family scratch. So she would play with her thumb and play the melody and scratch out the chord along with it. The piece after that would be Windy and Warm. And then after that, we'll do Mr. Sandman. So bring us right into the 50s. I didn't charge you for the mistakes. It's tough being up here alone, I tell you. I can't blame the drummer or anything. Something goes wrong, so it's all on me. All right, so the next one we're going to do is a famous Beatles song called "In My Life." Beautiful song. So this is we're now in the 1960s. So I hope you enjoy this one. Thank you. So this next one was written by Hokie Carmichael. So it goes way, way, way back, but I think Ray Charles made the famous version of this. This is Georgia on My Mind. Beautiful song. So this one's definitely inspired by Ray and by Jerry Reed, who's another very kind of underrated guitar player, a great actor, but also a great guitar player. Is it warm enough out there? I'm plenty warm. A little nervous, but I'm plenty warm. All right, so we'll say goodbye to this guitar. This is an arch top guitar, by the way, because of the top that has an arch to it. This is a flat top guitar. Flat. So we're gonna hang out in the 60s for a little bit longer. Now I'm gonna do a Led Zeppelin song, but it's not what you think. So the 60s, there was a big folk revival going on, and that was making its way into all kinds of different records, and even kind of like hard rock bands like Led Zeppelin were getting into it. This piece is called Black Mountainside. It's in a really fun tuning called Dad Gad tuning, which is just kind of fun to say. It's the last track off of Zeppelin's first album. Put this over here. that Monty Python sketch, and now for something completely different. So I'm going to go over to the electric guitar, and we're going to do some Jimi Hendrix in the church. Hopefully don't get struck by lightning. Lord have mercy. All right, so yeah, we're in 1968 or 69 here. This is called Voodoo Child, and this is all of Jimmy and his pyrotechnics. So at this time you had Marshall amplification, just ramping everything up to 11. You had all these fun toys that we can play with for your guitar players called the Dallas Arbor Fuzz Face and the wah-wah pedal. So we'll hear a little bit of that in this one. I was having nightmares of, like, you know, Back to the Future Enchantment Under the Sea dance. That was very interesting music, Marty. All right. So this next one is not lighter. This is a piece by American composer Edward Van Halen called Eruption. So this is kind of like between watching my dad play and watching a VHS of Van Halen live without a net when I was a child. It's kind of lit the spark for me playing guitar. So here's Eruption. give a special thanks to my wife Peggy for sticking with me for this whole journey. It's been quite a big 2.5 years that I've been taking lessons on Berklee online, and so round of applause for my wife. I also want to thank my teacher, David Newsom, who's here today, and he's just been just such an inspiration, and just transformed how I look at the guitar and I've been playing, and I'm just so grateful for him as well. So thank you. So I'm going to retune here. I'm going to check it out on a song. I hate to disappoint anybody who's wanting to hear drifting, but I'm not feeling it today. So I'm going to go into a piece that I wrote called A Town Built on the Hill. This was partly inspired by the town of Deptford and by the book of Matthew. I love this song. I hope you do too. It's about shining your own light and to give glory to God. So thank you very much for being here and listening. And I'm going to retune for this one, so give me one moment. We don't want the Eddie Van Halen tone for this one. Something a little bit lighter.